I feel like I could fly away on these lenses. What are these called?
Lashes.
Lashes. Am I flying? Taylor. Things are about to get weird. Taylor, seriously, don't hit the camera, don't hit the lights, don't hit my makeup. Ha, that's what you get. Oh. Don't land on my head. Don't. You think you're funny, don't you? How fast can you blink? Oh! Oof, never doing that again.
Ticklish?
Awful, so bad. Oh, so bad. Oh, bad. Good morning! So I was at Sephora the other day and I bought this really cool product. I think it's fairly new by Makeup Forever, and it is called Aqua Matic, and it kind of reminds me of the old MAC paint sticks. I think that's what they were called. You just open it and it's like a crayon sort of. I love this really bright juicy green. I swatched it in the store and it was so incredibly bright and opaque that I was like, I have to have this. And then I let it sit and dry on my skin for a minute and kind of like blended it in, but then just let it set, and it set so nicely and it stayed really well that I was like, this is definitely not like something else that I have, and so I could kind of justify buying it. And I was really excited to try it out and use it in a look, and that was my inspiration for this look. Oh, what in the world? No way. Okay, this is weird. Just now, I was like kind of fidgeting with this and the end fell off, and it's a sharpener. What the heck? So that's kind of cool. So when you start to wear it down, you can sharpen it so that it's pointed again. So I do stop and kind of show you what this look looks like without lashes, because the lashes that I chose are super crazy. I actually took some really dense lashes and some really long lashes and stacked them on top of each other, and I put those on each eye. So these lashes are nuts, but I wanted to go a little crazy today, so I did. So if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. So I'm starting off with the first step of my double prime, which is this paint pot by MAC called Painterly. It's just the cool version. If you want the warm version that's more yellow, it's called Soft Ochre. But this is the one I use for my tone of skin. And I'm going to do the second prep of my double prime with the Aqua Matic stick that I just talked about. So you'll see that in just a second. But first, I'm actually going to use a piece of tape to kind of keep that line crisp at the outside of my eye. So I'm going to line it up right with the bottom of my lash line and then angle it up toward the tail of my eyebrow. And like I said, that just keeps it nice and clean and crisp for this look. The shade called Orange Soda is from the Anastasia Lavish palette, and I'm going to use that through the crease just to kind of brighten up that area and then transition the shades that I'm going to use on the lid. So just buffing that all the way through the crease. I do like to focus on the inner corner, like you'll kind of see me doing, up where, like that upper inner corner where the brow is sort of. It's kind of a trendy thing to do, and people are just doing it more these days, I think, especially with these orangey colors. It looks nice. And then also drawing it out, you can see the shape that I've made, drawing it out toward that end of the tape, so it's kind of like swoopy rather than rounded. This next one is called Sienna, and it's also from that same exact palette, and I'm going to put that in the lower crease and blend it down toward the lid. It's just going to give it some dimension so that you see it kind of like a sunset or a sunrise or whatever, going from the green and then orange and then lighter orange and then skin color. So I'm just going to apply that with this goat hair brush and kind of buff it out. I always go back over with the brush that I did the first shade with to kind of blend everything together and make it really seamless and just flow really, really nicely. So I'm going to do that on both sides, and this is a good time to check whether it's even, because you don't want it coming up onto your brow bone more on one side than the other. So I'm going ahead and just kind of evening that out right now and blending it out as well. And then the next step, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Aqua Matic, and it is in this chartreuse color. I'll put the shade name down below, and it's just kind of like a little crayon, almost like one of the NYX Jumbo eye pencils, but I prefer these a lot better than those, just because they're so much more opaque and so much more sticky kind of to put like shadows over the top. So I'm just going to put that on the lid area and kind of following that shape of the swoopy angle that we did on the outside, just so that it is kind of like defining that shape of the eye that we're trying to create here. So I'm just going over it a little bit just to make it as bright as I want it to be and blending the edges with my fingers, and then we're going to put just some powder eyeshadows on top. So the first one I'm going to use is by MAC, and this one is called Eye Popping. I'm not sure if this one was limited edition, but it might have been. I got it quite a while ago. So I'm going to put that over the top. It's very close to the shade of this Aqua Matic stick. It's just a little bit darker, and it doesn't really have a lot of shimmer or anything. It's kind of like a satin finish. Then I'm going to go in with this Inglot shade. It's from just a custom palette that I ordered, so I can put the number down below if I can find it, but if not, you could use something like MAC's Humid, or that's a little bit darker, or you could use the Anastasia green color. It's a little bit lighter. I'm going to use this lighter green color, which is kind of like a mossy green, and again, if I can pop those out, I will put the shades down below. And I'm using both of those greens just to add some dimension and to really define that shape of the eyeball. You can see how it really gives it a shape, like it gives it like a shadow on the outer edge, and it makes it really, really pop out, which I think is really cool. If you're going to go bright, you might as well do it up, right? So just going in with that orange shade again and just blending. You don't even have to really put any more product on the brush, just use that same brush and the fluffy one as well, just to kind of make everything really smooth and flow. So I'm going to take this shade from my Inglot palette again. This is like, oh, what is it? It's a MAC Pro Longwear eyeshadow, and it's like a shimmery golden white. What is it called? Okay, I'll put it down below for sure because I have that one too. So if I can't find what this shade is called, I will put that one down below. Using that for a brow highlight, I think it really works well with this color scheme because it's got that gold undertone, so it picks up on the green and the orange and kind of fits right in with that little family of colors. And I'm using that in the inner corner as well. And then I'm going to do the underneath of the eye after I do my foundation and stuff. So this shade is Bitter, and I'm going to use that just in the center of the eyelid, and you'll see, look at that difference. It really pops after this. It's crazy. So it's not necessary because it looked really cool beforehand, but I do like the way that it makes it pop and just gives it some, like, some interest, you know? So this is the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner, and I just did it off camera. It's just a basic wing. You can do it with the tape still on there. It makes it easier. I should have done that, but I didn't. This is my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations right now, and I'm just going to use my Beauty Blender and apply that all over my face. Like I've said before, this is kind of a forearm workout because you're like bouncing it off of your face forever. I cut out a lot of time when I do this, but I'm really sitting there for quite a while bouncing it, and my forearms feel really buff when I'm done. Totally cool. Okay, so I usually take my earrings out when I do my makeup because I hate when you like get foundation in your earrings, and I didn't do that, but it's a good idea to do that. Apparently Taylor made a dumb comment. I don't know. I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer for my under eye area, and it's in the shade NC15 because it's a little lighter than me, or maybe it's NW15, yeah, it is. And I'm just using that to brighten underneath there, and then I'm going to kind of help that melt into the face just by using my Beauty Blender, and Taylor, you're such a dork. And then I'm going to do that on both sides. Now I'm going to take this NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil in Milk, and I'm going to put it on my lower lash line. That kind of acts as like a, almost like a primer, but it also helps to neutralize my skin tone so that anything I put on top is going to show up more. So I'm using this gold shade from my Inglot palette and just packing it on. It really doesn't matter what gold shadow you use because we're going to pack some glitter over the top. So it's just to kind of be like another dimension to the glitter, so it really doesn't matter. Use any gold shadow that you have. I like this one because it's like a yellowy gold and it works really well with the gold glitter. So I'm going to take this orange shade. It's like a little bit darker than orange soda, and I'm just going to buff out that lower lash line gold there. You can use anything you want. Soft Brown by MAC would be perfect. And then after that, I'm going to take some glitter glue, and you'll see in a second, it's the Too Faced Shadow Insurance glitter glue, and I really, really like this stuff. Usually I just put it on my finger and I kind of dab it on my eyelid, but I'm using a Q-tip today because it's kind of like a smaller area there, and I want to be more precise with it. So I found this really worked, and I kind of put it on my hand and then stuck the Q-tip in it. And now I'm using some MAC just loose glitter, and it's just gold, on a brush that I sprayed with Fix Plus to kind of help it adhere to the skin a little bit more. And it's just going to work with the glitter glue to kind of form a nice little thing. I don't know. Okay, so we're doing mascara now. This is the Too Faced mascara. I will put it down below. I really like the formula, but the brush is kind of a little bit wonky after a while. I don't know. It gets a little clumpy and a little bit hard to work with, which I'm a little bit sad about because I do really love this formula. So I'm going to show you what it looks like with just mascara on, and then I'm going to put some crazy lashes on. So you can leave it at this stage if you want to. If you want to just kind of wear it for every day. Is that a joke? I guess that's a joke. Okay. This is not really every day, but you know what I mean. If you're going to wear this somewhere and you don't need to have super crazy lashes, just keep it at this stage. Now I'm setting my under eye concealer with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light, and I am just giving myself a little bit of a bronzy glow with Laguna by NARS, and I'm not contouring or anything. I'm just kind of, like I said, just giving that glow so I don't look super pasty, because otherwise I would. And then I'm using a blush today that is from the MAC Alluring Aquatic collection. It's really pretty. This one is called Seduced at Sea, and I like it. It's a nice soft pink. I didn't feel like it was like anything else that I had, so it's almost kind of like a lip color, actually. Like, it would be a really pretty lip color, but I like this one. It's nice and soft and it's easy to apply, so that is what we're using. And also I like the packaging. I mean, let's be real, that's like half the reason why we buy these collections, right? Okay, so applying that to both of my cheeks, and that is it for the face. And then now we just have to move on to lips, but like I said, you can leave the eyes this way. I think it looks perfectly fine with just mascara. There's the difference, and there's the lashes. So I am just concealing my lip line like I always do, and I'm going to use a new lip liner, which I am completely in love with, and it's called Stone by MAC. It's kind of like a taupey gray brown gray thing. I don't know. It's a weird color to describe, and it's not a color that you would look at and say, oh, I have to wear that on my lips. But because the kind of cool tone lips are so on trend right now, it's perfect. You can really use it with any light to mid-toned lipstick and kind of change that color of the lipstick, and it just has a really cool effect. So I'm going to be using it with a pink lipstick, and you'll see what I mean. I think it looks really nice. It's not going to be too crazy over the top since the eyes are quite out there. I feel like I always say that. I guess that's what I like, is out there eyes and almost nothing on the lips. But anyway, just lining that all the way around and kind of filling it in just a little bit, but not all the way. It's kind of ombre-ish. And then once I put the lipstick on, it really turns into sort of an ombre look. This is Angel by MAC, which I didn't have until recently, and I kind of didn't think I would like it, but I've been using it a lot, especially with this stone lip liner, you guys. This combination is amazing, and it really goes with pretty much anything. So there is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye! That's what it would sound like if ladybugs could sing.
Good night, ladybugs.